Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Apparently, Bola Tinubu have a handful of issues to deal with, and while he's still battling with the issue of trying to get his mandate running with Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar dragging him on both sides that mandate is stolen, and with the issues of governance, but the one that is the real deal that is really giving cause for concern is the 10th NAS, the National Assembly, where even his endorsed candidates seem not to be resting. I'm talking about Godswill Akpabio. As things are unfolding, there may be an upset that's never happened in the history of Senate Assembly and National Assembly in Nigeria if things are not properly done. Let's see how the drama will unfold in the coming weeks as all hands are on deck and the North are not having it cool. As the opposition too are ready to slug it all out with Godswill Akpabio and Bola Tinubu in this case. But before we go into the newspaper to find out what it is and the hurdle Godswill Akpabio needs to cross and Bola Tinubu needs to go through, like to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You'll see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to the news, aggrieved senators in the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) are planning for an upset if their president, Godswill Akpabio, failed to pacify them. However, Akpabio's camp has disclosed that the distribution of the principal offices and committees will address every grievance. It was learned that the aggrieved senators in the APC are recruiting opposition lawmakers, mostly from the People's Democratic Party (PDP), to work towards removing Akpabio as the Senate president. How? We'll find out now. It was gathered that the lawmakers are planning to ensure that Senator Abdulaziz Yari, who was defeated by Akpabio, bounces back because they believe that Yari will serve the interest of all. The lawmakers, it was gathered, are already talking to their colleagues in the PDP, People Democratic Party, in Labour Party LP, in SDP and others, waiting to see how Akpabio will take the office of the majority leader to the south instead of the north. But sources have described this move as a tall dream, adding that it is difficult to get the numbers to remove Akpabio. The lawmakers in Akpabio's camp said that once principal offices and committees are shared, the agitation will die down. The aggrieved lawmakers have a lot of work to do. To produce another president of the Senate, these aggrieved lawmakers will have to first remove Akpabio with at least 73 senators. That's the two-thirds of 109. That is only possible if Akpabio did not give the nod to the office of the Senate leader, a senator said. Another senator said, there is no senator that is trying to leave the APC. The Senate has just been inaugurated and every senator wants to be carried along, especially those from the opposition. There is no APC senator that will want to defect now because there is great implication. But the lawmakers can still be in APC and work against Akpabio. Some people are just planting stories that 22 senators from APC want to join the PDP. No senator will take that risk because before you remove the president of the Senate, you must have 73 senators. So people raising that kind of alarm are just flying a kite. We don't see that happening. But if they sideline people who work for Akpabio's emergence, more than that number will join the opposition camp, not another political party, to get in your leadership. About 24 senators keyed into the Akpabio project because some influential lawmakers in the north were leading the campaign. If Akpabio did not ensure balancing in Senate leadership, especially the principal officers, these 24 lawmakers will now align with the 22 aggrieved APC senators. With about 46 senators in Yari's camp, Akpabio will not last in that seat because the northern senators won the position of the Senate leader. We learned that Senator Akpayemi Bamidele is being positioned for the office of the Senate leader. If that is done, the northern senators will not be happy with Akpabio, and that will be the beginning of his problem. So Akpabio must ensure that the northern senators are pacified with the principal offices. So the ball is in Akpabio's court. A senator from the North Central said. Meanwhile, opposition lawmakers have raised an alarm over plans to destabilize the minority parties in the Senate. According to the opposition lawmakers, there are plans to ensure that all the principal officers are loyal to the ruling party. In a statement jointly signed by the leaders of the opposition lawmakers, they insisted on an independent Senate and not the one that is an appendix of the executive. Now, those that signed the statement are Mohammed Adamu Alero, PDP Kebbi, Henry Siareki Dissin, PDP Bayelsa, Aminu Waziri Tambuwa, PDP Sokoto, Abdul Ninge, PDP Bauchi, Patrick Abba Moro, PDP Benue, Ezinwa Francis Onyenwuchi, Somalia Kawa, NNPP Kano, and Ifeanyi Patrick Uba, YPP Anambra. It has come to the notice of the minority political parties in the Senate of the attempt by forces inside and outside the Senate to divide the minority parties and force a plight and compromised leadership on them. We have pledged to work constructively with the new Senate leadership and the executive branch to deliver good governance to the Nigerian people. We consequently hereby advise and caution that they should not aid any group inside or outside the Senate to divide and destabilize the minority parties and the Senate institution. Senators of the minority parties would meet with the Senate when the Senate reconvenes and in consultation with our respective political parties would select its leaders without undue interference from anti-democratic forces within or outside the Senate. They added that no senator had yet been endorsed or selected for any minority leadership position. Attempt to foist a one-party dictatorship would be resisted and would fail. We call on all members of the minority political parties to work together in unity to defend the democratic institution of the Senate and Nigeria, the statement added. We will support Tinubu's policies, Akpabio even said. Meanwhile, the Senate President Akpabio has said that the National Assembly will partner with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration to change policies inhibiting the progress and development of Nigeria. He thanked the President, the National Working Committee (NWC) of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) and his colleagues in the Senate for standing by and supporting him when he contested for the office of the President of the 10th Senate. Akpabio stated this while speaking at a Thanksgiving church service in his honor at the Regina Posse Auditorium, St. Anne's Cathedral, Ifoho, Ikot-Ekpene local government area of the state. Now, the former governor of the state of Akwa Ibom, who arrived at Victor Atta International Airport to a rousing welcome by indigenes of the state across party lines, led by the state governor, Pastor Omoeno, assured the people of his district of quality representation as the senator and president of the Senate. He said, I thank you all for coming out to celebrate God's goodness in my life and that of my family. I thank you for the support during the campaigns and election proper. To those who didn't vote for me, I will represent you well. Continue to pray for me and my colleagues as we daily navigate and steer the ship of the National Assembly for the betterment of Nigerians. I am humbled by the show of love. Humility is all that matters in life. You will see the difference. What I want you to take back home is the fact that Nigerians have elected an uncommon Senate president who will run on uncommon Senate for the benefit of the uncommon people. That is why I am here today to thank God for what he has done for me, he stated. Earlier in his homely, Most Reverend Camillus Omar charged the 10th Senate to work for Nigerians and right the wrongs of the past to show that they are different through legislations. In a brief speech, former governor of Ebonyi State Senator David Umahi thanked President Tinubu for supporting Akpabio to become the president of the 10th Senate. We have read quite a lot. Let's meet in the comment section. It's up to Gospel Akpabio to either make history or my history. It's up to him. Will he be the shortest Senate president ever living, or will he navigate through as a seasoned politician that he is and still have a way around? Let's listen.